Good morning, everybody. Tuesday drive-in. Wanted to say a few words about the most popular subject in the whole world that everybody's going to be up early, excited about, and that's the subject of fasting. Woohoo! Everybody loves talking about fasting, and everybody loves, even more than talking about it, actually doing it. Jesus made a comment in Matthew 6, Sermon on the Mount. He said, when you fast. He didn't say if you fast. He said when you do it. So that's kind of a bit of a key right there. But right off the bat, fasting, when coupled with prayer, is one of the most powerful weapons we have in increasing our strength and our closeness to God. It's not something that very many people seem to pay too much attention to, but if you think about the comment that Jesus made in Matthew 16, if you're going to come after me, you must first deny yourself, take up your cross, and then follow. Just the exercise itself of not allowing your mind or your emotions or even your physical body, your belly, for lack of a different term, to tell you what you need to do, but to exercise control over what your body is craving, what your appetite is longing for. Just to exercise control and to practice saying the worst thing that anybody could ever say to themselves, and that is the word no. Anytime a person starts fasting, you're going to find out how strong your body, which you've programmed to eat every 7 minutes, how strong that is when your body will literally tell you, if you go without food another minute, you're gonna die. But we all know that's a lie. So if the only benefit of fasting was to just exercise control over your body, that alone would be a benefit. But when you think about the spiritual strength and power that comes from this simple idea of telling yourself no and really taking control of the direction and the choices that you're making in your life, if you can't say no simply to what you're putting in your mouth and restrain that part of you, think about it this way: if you can't do that, what hope do you have in growing and overcoming the nature of the flesh with all its desires, such as lust and greed and power, anger, all these other things, envy, jealousy? What hope do you have in growing in your ability to control those other things if you can't control the fork that's in your hand? So this exercise, when you choose to set apart a time of the day or a time of the week that you are going to restrain from eating food, and I think not just the food part of it, the exercise of setting everything apart that you can set aside, of course, anything that doesn't have to do with you being joined to God or pursuing Him. Fasting is really setting yourself apart to be joined to the Lord. That's what the simple concept of it is. And if you exercise doing this on a regular basis, and you practice carving and restraining things out of your life that don't have anything to do with godliness or spirituality, you will find that you gain strength when you live in such a way, even if it's just for a period of time, a day, a week, whatever you want to do. I know it's a good practice to incorporate regular, consistent fasting. There's a lot of health benefits, but that's not what I'm talking about this morning. When you incorporate fasting into your spiritual disciplines, you will find an increase and you will find a closeness to God. When you make extra time during that period to seek God and to stop yourself from, looking at your phone, looking at social media, watching TV, entertaining yourself with all sorts of other things, and you really just entertain yourself with the presence of the Lord. Read scripture, pray. If you have a big need that's going on in your life, some kind of tragedy, or somebody that has something major going on in their life, you can fast and pray for the benefit of others. That's called intercession. You intercede to God with this extra strength and power of fasting that increases the effectiveness of your prayer, because God recognizes your discipline and your willingness to say no to the flesh. If you consider this and try making it a part of your consistent walk with God, part of your daily journey. Set aside a time of the week or whatever that you can do. You can start off small. You can start off with one meal. You can start off by not watching TV for a day. Whatever it is, set everything else aside and focus all your attention, all your energies on the Lord for really as long as you can do it, and then do that every week. Once you create that habit, you will find that you have drawn closer to God. And the last part of this I'll say is it helps you to prioritize and to realize how much of the things in your life that you do that are not necessary and that are probably even hindering your walk with God. God bless you. Have a great Tuesday.